Let's talk a bit about the actual construction of the property, right? You need to hire a contractor, you need to hire a architect, I imagine.
Yeah. So the art, so contractor, I mean, you can go on your local building association and just start interviewing people, go on their website, sort of figure out how what properties they've built and stuff. I will say that it find someone who's actually like pretty passionate about building smaller houses. I wouldn't necessarily say so. We build anywhere between 300 square foot, which is a tiny house, to upwards. I don't like to go over 2,000 square foot. 2,000 you can fit 8 people in 2,000 square feet, but we stick to that range. Like the first one we built was about 800 square foot, but just make sure that your builder is like pretty passionate about what you guys are doing. My builder definitely is super excited about like these unique property. Some builders just like to build the one home that's copy and pasted in the whole neighborhood. So just making sure that your builder is up to date on that. When it comes to an architect, I started by first getting ideas on like Pinterest and Instagram and stuff. And it's funny because my builder and I both have a Pinterest account and we just share ideas back and forth. Like we share our boards and stuff. Say like when it comes to like the interior designing part, I'll see like a really cool kitchen and I'm like, we'll send that directly to him. But when it comes to the actual architect, I will get a whole bunch of different ideas from Instagram and YouTube. YouTube's awesome because you can actually walk through the properties that are already built. Pinterest, Google. And then I recently started doing this and it's been super, super helpful. I did a video on it for my YouTube channel. I actually go on Fiverr and you can actually find phenomenal, relatively cheap architects on Fiverr. And in my YouTube video, I sort of recommend the one that I use. I walked through everything. But I mean, I had two custom floor plans with 3D renderings, two of them done for like about $900, which is incredible compared to some of the more custom architects and designers and draftsmen that are out there. The issue with finding an architect, say like locally, or even if you go with like a more like high-end design firm, is they're used to building one property that's like going to be a person's home, and it's like probably going to be a more high-end property. Sort of the niche that we have found recently was to like build these luxury looking properties just very small, 300 to 1,000 square foot, and people absolutely love them. Like they'll choose that over a hotel all day, all day. You can purchase pre-built, pre-made plans, which we've done before. Dan Outdoors is a company that we recently found. Really, really good support team. That they have some really cool plans, some A-frames, some like farmhouse type looking houses, and that's actually what we're going to be building next year. The log cabins, the A-frames, those are sort of like timeless when it comes to like those will never go out of style in my opinion. Everyone's always going to be wanting to stay in something like that. Tree houses as well. So
Right on. So you talked about the architects. That's really funny. I would never think of Fiverr to find a architect.
yeah,
I
right.
don't know. I associate that platform with, low value
Design.
tasks, right?
Yeah, right. Maybe like ads or like Canva designs or something. But yeah, no, it took some looking to find one, but we found a really good one that I recommend in that video. That it's just it took about 21 days to turn around. But the nice thing about that too is like say if say you pay for something and you don't like it, and you have a disagreement with the architect about like price or just the design, you can go directly to Fiverr and get your money back.
Mhm.
Compared to like say like a local architect where it's like you might be stuck with what they give you if they don't want to like continue to update it. So
True,
yeah.
true. Any advice when it comes to the contractors, the builders? You said, find somebody who's passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you have any more tips on like how to work with them, what to look out for, stuff like that?
Yeah, so when you're first starting, when you have like one property, obviously this has sort of been something that I've ran into. It's like just because something's not happening at the property for 2 days or 3 days, sometimes I like you can get aggravated about that because it's like say if it's like beautiful weather outside and there's no work being done. You might not know that like maybe the builder is like working to get the permits done, or waiting for the city, or waiting for like specific contractors. So making sure that you have an architect, a builder that's like very good at communicating. The first property we did, we just had a Google Doc that like would just get updated on the daily, or maybe every other day. If you can, we haven't done it yet, but like the 6 properties that we're doing next year, we're investing in a system where like with like actual communication and stuff, we'll like build a specific builder platform. But another thing for the builder is if your lender, and we'll talk about lenders in a second, I'm sure, but if your lender doesn't give you a closing draw, which means like a draw at the closing table for you to be able to start the projects, which a lot of lenders now don't, it's important for your builder to be able to have some sort of line of credit that so they can start the work and then get reimbursed for the work that gets done. That's been tricky because when I first started with my builder, he was a friend, or he is a friend, and we sort of grew together. But it's like we had to get we had to convince the lender to give us a closing draw, and if they wouldn't give us a closing draw, we sort of had to make up that money on our end and then get reimbursed for it. So that's a big one, is making sure that your builder sort of has some sort of line of credit to be able to start the work if the lender won't give the money up front.